Testing 1 2 3. Can y'all hear me in the building? Can y'all hear me in the building? Yep. There we go. There we go. There we go. What's good, everybody? It is Big Game James. You know what it is. It's Burgers and Blitzes. We back in the building. You know how we do.
Happy hour edition.
How's everybody doing? Get on up in here. Sean, Mike. Who's that? Daytron White. Let me get some few introductions before we jump right in, Mike. You know how we do. Let's get some people in here for a little bit before we talk some Cowboys football. He got his brewski. I got my little drinky drink on the side. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk a little Cowboys football and the I ain't gonna say a debacle that happened, but it was a butt whooping. It was definitely a butt whooping that happened this past Sunday, and now you got these Atlanta Falcons coming in. And what's your kind of thoughts? Your quick thoughts, since I've talked to a few people about what happened in the Broncos game. What's your quick thoughts about that game?
I mean, my quick thoughts about. I mean, I'm not going to single out that game. I'm actually. You can call me a homer. People have called me a homer for having this take. I'm throwing that entire.
Who called you a
away.
homer?
There has been. I mean, yeah, no. But there's 32, like at least 30 teams that played like absolute dog shit last week. I mean, did you see the quarterback list I posted up? Like the number one quarterback last week was Baker Mayfield, and he got a busted shoulder.
Right. Well, Matt Ryan was a dog too last week.
Yeah.
But and then you just seen what happened last night with the Miami Dolphins. And I should have. My homeboy is a Dolphins fan. I told him to take the bet, dog. I told him to take the bet that they was going to upset the Ravens. I told him to take the bet. He wouldn't take the bet, dog. And guess what? Because he was scary and they won. I said they was going to win, but that's just how fluky it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how fluky.
I mean, what do they call it? Any given Sunday?
Any given Sunday. So that's just how it is. It happens like that. So to me, people are upset about it, saying, "Oh, well, you know what? This might not be a real team," and blah blah blah. This and blah blah blah. It's one game, but I did see some things that were concerning to me. In that game specifically was the defensive line. Now, before we talked, I just now got all 22 because my stuff been acting wonky, but that defensive line. And they just got beat up, and the offensive line, it was a distraction to me. I said this week with the La'el Collins situation. I felt it was a distraction, and I just felt like you set the Terrence Steele up for failure when you switched him in the middle, just like, okay, you going to left tackle if you've been playing right tackle this whole time, and just think he's going to produce and think he's going to play a great game. I felt like you set him up for failure, and then it just kind of snowballed for that. Kind of what's your thoughts on that?
Your audio dropped out for a second, but you were talking about Connor Williams and the La'el Collins distraction.
No, I wasn't talking about no Connor Williams. Just talking about Terrence Steele. How I felt like they set him up for failure.
My bad. Yeah, Terrence Steele. There was a brain. I was trying to get my audio dropped out for a second. Yeah. But man, I think what happened with that is they were arrogant about moving Steele over there. They didn't expect him to just get absolutely demolished, and he did. And by the time you could do anything about it, it was too late. And they tried a couple times, actually, and it didn't work because the other side got melted. I mean, everybody had a bad game. Zach Martin had a bad game. I mean, the entire team had a bad game. Dak Prescott had the worst game of his career. You couldn't tackle anybody. It was bad. Just bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Shout out to Joe Tranchino, my guy from Italy. Appreciate you for sharing it. Shout out to Jay Lombardi, T Smooth, C Burleson, everybody in the building. What's good with y'all? Shout out to everybody in the building. Keep on coming in here. Everybody just played bad, but going forward, when you're playing these Atlanta Falcons, okay, yes, you had this problem with the offensive line. They're saying Tyron Smith is out again. We kind of already knew that. So, do you think Terrence Steele plays better at left tackle this week? Because before you answer that, I was thinking in my head before Terrence Steele played left tackle because I said he's a left tackle and he's not a right tackle. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he was never really that. And they're just trying to make him the swing tackle because of his young, and then they feel like he's versatile. But I feel like he's a right tackle. Now, here's the thing. I said you should play Ty Nashevsky. I felt like you could get away with him that game because he naturally plays there. Just like when they had Cam Irvin left, he surprisingly played well on the left side. You feel me? Now, you got a second week with it. Are they going to try to say now La'el Collins is back playing right tackle since they were having all these high hopes? Is now Terrence Steele a left tackle? Is he the swing? What is he? Is he swing or what is he?
I mean, until future notice, I don't think you can call him a swing. I mean, if he goes out there and puts a decent, he can't play. I guess he could play worse. Like if he just falls down every snap, but I hate to say he can't. Like I don't see how you could play worse than you did last week. I mean, really, that was absolutely atrocious. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't.
Was it fair that they switched
him
like that?
I was talking with Big Duke. I was talking with Big Duke about this, and he was adamant it wasn't going to work. But I don't think I think Connor Williams should be they should have tried Connor Williams at left tackle this summer.
That's not going to work, dog. That just like if Duke is saying that because Duke.
I understand that, but what the hell? That neither is Terrence Steele. At least
not at the
Williams,
left tackle.
And Connor Williams is not working at left guard. It's not working. So you got to you got to try something. You got to try to get some value out of the position because you can't run the ball on 4th and 1. This team's been able to run the ball on 4th and 1 for like 20 fucking years.
So then why? So if we're saying that, right, and we know Connor Williams, so what's really going on here then? Because you're saying that we had the show Tuesday where we were talking about Connor Williams is going to be a free agent. Me and you've already talked about they're not re-signing Connor Williams. No, he's not being re-signed. Okay, so if he's not being re-signed, where is the loyalty to him? If we're saying or you're saying that he's not working at left guard. And it's been talked about.
That loyalty's in his bank account, homie. This is a business. I don't do that loyalty bullshit.
No, I'm talking about the line. If they're not worried about, they're talking about you're not re-signing him, and you're saying we're seeing that Terrence Steele is a better right tackle than a left tackle. So why don't they look at pulling? If they said they were trying La'el Collins at guard. And you're saying, and other people are saying that he's got 10 penalties and he doesn't have the power. And La'el does, and it's better for him because he doesn't have to worry about the footwork because he's more in space and he can use his power. Then why don't they try to do that and just sit Connor Williams and say, hey, you ain't going to be with us next year anyway?
I think it's at the point now where, because we're still, we're week 10, and they have not played with all 5 starting linemen, not one game. I don't think they played one game with the starting lineman since McCarthy's been.
We should have known that though. Tyron Smith.
I understand that, but now it's getting almost to the point like it was last year, where the musical chairs became so switched around that you just keep moving shit for the sake of moving it, or just keep your head down to try to work with what you got, try to keep some sort of consistency with what you have. And if the consistency sucks, it doesn't mean that flipping people all around is going to be even better. That's the other side of that coin. You go to jerking people all around, and you get, shit goes haywire. Next thing you know, we're scraping Dak up off the turf.
And that's very legit what you're saying. And I think that's why they're saying they don't want to move people around like that. How do you feel about Biadasz? Biadasz, whatever. How do you feel about him? How do you feel about his play?
At least he looks like he's learning how to snap the ball, but he's still weak as shit. He needs another year.
He's still getting bullied.
Yeah, he needs another year. He needs to risk a 4-gamer is what he needs to do.
Don't you think that's the problem in the run game when teams get real physical up front that they don't have the power?
You can't run the ball in short yardage situations. You haven't been able to all year. You haven't been able to
all year.
You haven't been able to since 2016, 19 and a half.
Yeah, when they was because Zeke was running that ball good in 2019. But
On the tail end of the year.
that's the issue. See, Beatis doesn't have the power and the leverage. He has problems with his leverage. Then Connor Williams has to. I think he compensates too sometimes, trying to help out. But he naturally doesn't have the power. We know that he naturally doesn't have the power. And then we see that Terrence Steele, he's not the left tackle. La'el Collins, he's a good right tackle when he's healthy, but is he really healthy? He still has the bend issues. He still has the knee issues. I mean,
it's time to go pet the rabbits with the Iron Giant. Unfortunately, it's time. And it hurts me to say that, but he's just. I want the man to have a life after football at this point. I wanted
Smith.
that. I wanted that. Yeah, I wanted that Iron Giant. I wanted that 2 years ago, man. It's time. It's time.
I've been see, and here's the thing.
Now you can't get anything for him.
Now, hold up, Mike. Remember when we talked earlier when we first met each other, right? Remember when we was first talking, and I was talking about you need to give up Tyron Smith now. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, but it was a day 3. It was a late day 2 because he was hurt.
I wasn't saying that was a late 2. I was saying you had if you had a
that was
player
the value.
like a Jamal Adams. They tried, but that's what I'm saying. Now it's nobody's. It's over. I feel because he's done.
He legitimately might medically retire before he comes back by arm.
So what's the injury?
His foot's fucked.
I mean,
his back's fucked. His neck's fucked. His shoulder's fucked. Like when he walks, he has to walk. You see how Amari Cooper walks? Now hit Amari Cooper in an ankle with a skateboard. That's how Tyron Smith is walking right now. Like an 85-year-old man walking barefoot across gravel.
So does this have cause concern for you going forward? Because obviously you see where you're having.
I don't expect him back. I think honestly, I'm not even trying to be. That's not what I do. I think Tyron Smith has played this last game as a Cowboy.
That's just your hunch.
That's just, yeah. And I mean, I do know a little bit there, but because talking with folks, but it's not like I'm not hinting at anything. It's just the what I do. I read the tea leaves and smell the wind, and the wind smells like shit.
So if that were to happen, hypothetically, does Terrence still stay at left tackle all season, or do they put Ty Nashevsky there?
I think they do this. I think the same thing they do, what they did with him last year. I mean, they put him out there, just and then you come up with that weird ass whatever the hell formation they had when they had Inseki back there as a damn fullback or whatever the hell they were doing.
The whole package, but you can't have that now because you got La'el Collins starting at right tackle.
Yeah, well, take one in Inseki or take somebody. Did we bring that fullback back? Put his big ass back there. But
all I'm gonna say is this, Mike. We're gonna see. This is gonna be another game because this defensive line is not that good. They only have 11 sacks in Atlanta. They try to blitz to get pressure. Their linebackers are very average. They have the Deion Jones, but he is undersized still. They got AJ Terrell, but you got Gallup coming back. They don't have the safeties like the Denver Broncos had. This defense is not a good defense.
No,
do you think that this is a game with the offensive line in flux like it is a bounce back game against this defensive line?
I think I don't know if bounce back would be the right term. Get right. If they go out there and they put another game on paper like they did versus that defense versus this defense, because these are not the same defense. It's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close.
Right.
If they go out there and they do that shit again, I might start looking at draft prospects. I mean, that's because what are you going to do with that team? What are you going to do with that team? The NFC is heavy fucking duty this year. All we have to do is stay healthy. You have a greater than not chance the NFC West gets in there and crashes each other out like some damn crash test dummies when they're running down those divisional games. Stafford's already got a bad ankle and a bad back, and him, on top of that, him and McVay were already beefing because Stafford wanted to do some of the more downfield stuff, traditional drop back stuff that he was doing in Detroit, like we talked about when they made the trade. They were going to end up beefing. And now they go get Odell Beckham, who is an underneath, move around, shuffle, McVay type of guy. He's not a down the field wide receiver anymore. Never was. And then you got Kyler Murray, who is a game time decision, and they have kind of made their bones off of bad teams, and now they all have to play each other. They all get in there and play each other, and Russell Wilson's coming back. Get in there and crash each other out. Y'all beat the hell out of each other. You know, we're over here hurting. We're going to go over here. We're going to play the Eagles. We're going to play the what the fucks. We're going to play the Giants, and we're going to go here hang out with these guys for a little bit. Y'all crash each other out. We may not get the first round bye. We slide into the playoffs with a healthier roster and to see what the hell we can do. That is my best case scenario at this point. First round bye is gone. You're not getting it. It's gone. It's too heavy at the top. It's just absolutely gone. You're not getting it. So your best chance is to slide into the playoffs with the healthiest roster you can.
And I'm feeling you everything that you were saying. Definitely what you were saying. Especially with that NFC West, those teams are all they all got talent up in there except them Niners, but they're all gonna bang with each other because it's that West. It's like the East. It's gonna be hot and heavy in there. The number one seed, but I already felt like I said I already posted this. I felt like the Cowboys, if they were to go to a Super Bowl, I said they would go through the Packers. They would play the Packers and the Bucks. That's what I said would happen. Just me. I ain't saying nobody else. I said that's what would happen in my opinion. Just the terrible
matchup too. Both of those teams are a terrible freaking matchup.
But you know what? It would have to. But it would have to be that to me, Mike. If you went to New England, and I don't care if it wasn't New England with Brady, you had to slay that dragon.
Oh, you're not going to play a bad team in the playoffs unless
I know that. But what I'm saying is, I feel like you got to slay them dragons, dog. I just feel like you got to slay them dragons. And Aaron Rodgers been a thorn in Cowboys side in playoffs for a long time, and Dallas got to beat them in the playoffs. They got to beat Aaron Rodgers, dog. They got to. They have to. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what sucks. That beat his ass in the damn playoffs, and that coward ass coach took it away.
Right. So that's why I feel that's why I feel this is the year that this. That's why I feel that it's got to happen, Mike. That's why I keep talking about it.
I mean,
it's going to if we get to the playoffs, I feel like we are because we're going to win that seed.
We look at this team in a vacuum. You know, we're like, oh shit, we're missing Gregory, we're missing Lawrence, damn Collins.
I'm not tripping off that.
Tyler Smith. Look at what I mean. Tampa Bay, Godwin's a game time decision. Antonio Brown's still on a walking boot. Their defensive line's pretty busted up. Then you get to L.A., they're dealing with shit. Then you get to Arizona, their quarterback's hurt. Yeah, it's just everybody's dealing with something, and you just kind of.
But this is the NFL. People who thought you know what I'm saying, Mike, who thought people were going to be healthy. This is the NFL. People getting hurt.
Yeah, right, Just we go get Green Bay and get back. Pull up on
that's what I'm saying.
Burn out their damn driveway.
We're gonna play them. Y'all heard it on this channel. You heard me say it on the Twitter. So when you come back to it, just you know who said it. So this is another point that I want to bring up too. Mike, you just said this, and I said this at the beginning of the year when DeMarcus Lawrence got hurt. It's better these guys got hurt early than late because it's like you're getting picks or you're getting free agent players if they're coming in. DeMarcus Lawrence, Neville Gallimore, who else is going to be coming back?
We got Christian Hill. Christian.
Hey, whatever. Tristan Hill, he's still a player. You will say what you want.
That's what Jerry called him.
I hope you listen to Tristan Hill. I hope you listen to this so you go turn all the way up. But you got those guys coming back. You got players coming back that are difference makers. For real, that's really going to help this team because Golston and Basham can't hold that edge. You saw what they did in that Broncos game. They attacked Randy because he's a hell of a pass rusher, but in that rush game, might not be as strong. You get what I'm saying? So they're going to continue to go after those things. So the Dorrance Armstrong Juniors, because this Atlanta game, this is going to be a test for them because a guy that I'm worried about, Now, I ain't talking about Kyle Pitts. Is that Cordell Patterson?
A future Hall of Famer Cordell Patterson. Put some
Dog,
respect on his name.
dog. He's having a career year. He's having career numbers in. He's about to have career numbers in receptions,
He's got to
yards.
be 40. I feel like that dude's been in the league 27 years. He's got to
He's
be
only
53
30 years old.
Dude, he's
only
been in the
30 years
league
right
forever.
forever. It seems like. But here's my thing, Mike. He's the second leading. I think he's the leading receiver on the team, second leader in yards. He has the most touchdowns in his career receiving with 5 already. They use him everywhere. He's the leading rusher on the team.
Dude's going to the Hall of Fame. I had an argument with Dalton Miller about this when he was back before he left town on I think it was like week 4. I said, dude, watch. Cordell Patterson's going to fuck around and go to the Hall of Fame. And it was me and Will Chambers and a couple other people sitting there. And he goes, no way. And then everybody started pulling up their phones like, he averages like 20 yards a return. He's got this and this and this and this and this. And he's like, damn. Like, yeah, dude, if you look, go look at Cordell Patterson's stat sheet. It'll surprise you. The dude's he's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
He's a dog. And he's a big dude. He ain't a little dude. He's 6'2", 230. And he runs like that.
He's like a Maury
Cooper runs like that.
As a running back.
Right, but he don't run like Amari Cooper. He runs strong and hard and angry.
Like Devontae Freeman.
Right. So my thing to me is the way they use him with them bubble screens to try to get him out in space. The Cowboys, if they better tackle in this game, because if that dude starts getting loose early, it's gonna be a long day, dog.
Hey, so I was kind of even debating on running this out. It's going to sound silly when I say it because I know everybody, what about Pitts? What if we just stick Trevon Diggs and have him run sideline to sideline all damn day long, Cordell Patterson?
Why not?
Keep him and then let Anthony Brown and somebody else bracket Diggs and let Trevon Diggs just bounce back and forth all day long.
You mean bracket Pitts.
And then run Micah Parsons off the edge.
Still got to keep an eye on Hayden Hurst.
Run Curse and LB at linebacker. Run Micah Parsons on the edge, and then just follow all damn day long Cordell Patterson with Trevon Diggs. I know that he's not a receiver, but I don't know. Maybe Jordan Lewis, but he's such a small
Jordan Lewis cannot handle no Cordell Patterson.
I know he'll hit him. I know he'll hit him, but I'm legit worried about him dying. Cordell Patterson's a big fucking dude.
The good thing about it is their offensive line, because when you're talking about the defense, right? They got an offensive guard. I can't remember his name right now. Somebody throw his name up, but the left guard on their team, Osa, has to really penetrate that offensive line. That's got to be a game for him because that offensive guard is giving up 5 sacks, Mike. They've given up like 14. He's giving up like 5 of them.
I'm blanking on their name, but their left tackle's giving up. He gives up almost.
Matthews.
A holding call a game is almost what he's up to. So, I think you run some crazy ass
stunts
off that side with him. But the problem with Osa is we have to get to Ryan early because Osa's I love Osa to death, but the problem is he's still a rookie. His gas tank runs out in the third quarter.
They all ran out though, Mike. I'm
talking about all year, all year. His gas tank runs out in the third quarter. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's professional football.
Who else is there to really sub for him? Especially with Urban out.
That's the thing. There's nothing you can really. That's nothing you can really do about it. It's just you have to get to Ryan early. Ryan is like Cousins. You hit Ryan a couple times, and that dude starts seeing ghosts.
I know
that man is older than most of y'all's dad.
He throws the ball in the dirt quickly. Yeah. But I will say this though, Mike. We just talked about he better get to him early. That's why I say he don't like that pressure up the middle. Most quarterbacks don't, but he really don't like that pressure in the middle because he don't want to scramble.
He don't want to get. When he does not want. He gets up off the ground. It's like.
He don't like it. It's got to be heavy blitzing in this game to me.
Imagine Matt Ryan is older, if not older, than most y'all's uncles. Imagine y'all go to Thanksgiving, your uncle in the kitchen making a plate of yams, and you just haul off and hit that dude driving through the damn laundry room door. That's what it feels like when Matt Ryan gets hit. That dude's old. It hurts. I'm only 36. When I fall down, it hurts. It hurts real bad.
Well, I'm older than him, and it definitely hurts. So
It hurts, man.
I
You
definitely
don't
know
want
how
them.
it
You
feels.
don't want them boys hitting you. You don't
Yeah, I
want
definitely
that.
know how that feels. But here's the thing: if we don't get to him, he's a 67 completion percentage against the
Yes, you have
Cowboys. He's got
Kirk
1,100
Cousins.
yards.
He's Kirk
He's
Cousins.
got
He's
11
Kirk
touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 100 rating against the Cowboys in his career. So if you don't
Cousins.
get to him early, he's going to kill the Cowboys. And the thing about the Falcons is they will abandon that run quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has to stay on that run all game long because they'll try to sneak it in there. They'll abandon it quickly, and Ryan will start throwing those short passes. It'll be like the extension of the run game, and they love those crossing routes
Well, that's
because
that's
and
another thing
Cowboys
that people ain't. Yeah,
suffer
people
at
ain't been
that.
watching Atlanta. They changed. They're not. It's not the Atlanta. It ain't 2016-17 Atlanta. This dude is playing like 2019 Drew Brees right now. He will love nothing more than to hit you with 4 or 5 yards for a 13 play drive for 9.5 minutes, and they ran one. They ran one run play, and you're like, what the hell just happened? What happened? And by the third quarter, your defense is dragging the ground, and the score is like 16-3. This team's different. So just get on him, like you're saying, man. You have to get on him.
We got to get after him early, Mike. Early, often, all game. This got to be a send a Jordan Lewis. This got to be a blitz heavy game, dog.
In my opinion.
But before you finish that, though, Mike, shouldn't this be an advantage? You got Keanu O'Neal, DeMonte Casey. They play with this dude, and then you got Dan Quinn who coached this dude.
Oh, I would be talking the most shit that anybody has ever, because they got dirt on that dude. Hey, y'all remember when your wife disappeared at that golf tournament 2016? You came back crying. You remember that? She came back smelling like cologne. Dude, I would be hammering that dude. Everything I had, every dirty trick under I'll write him a Christmas card and apologize. We friends, we're bros after the game, but in between those sidelines, I'm wearing that dude out all game long. Every little thing. Hey, remember when you pissed yourself and we had to cover it up? Like everything. I'm hammering you, dude. Hammering to get inside his head all game long. Just keep chirping. Throw the flag. They're gonna throw taunting flags on us anyways. They're gonna flag us for some bullshit. We got to beat the rest too. Had to beat the rest of the last 6 games.
Well, all I'm gonna say is this though, Mike. This is another game. This is a game you should whoop their ass.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be
Atlanta's
no close game. Atlanta's not a good team. And this is a first-year coach, correct? This is a first-year coach, correct? This is not a good team. So, and it's definitely not a good defense. So that no scoring points until the third and fourth quarter shouldn't be happening against these Falcons. Shouldn't be happening. So the game plan of Kellen Moore and the coaching has to be a lot better in this game, would you say?
Yeah. There's something that's sticking in my head. And for some reason, 99% of what this dude says rolls right into my ear, right out the other, because he's kind of became a character of himself at this point. But Michael Irvin was talking about, when he talks about shit like this, I listen. But he was talking about those 90s teams. And they came out there in the middle of the year. And when they lost one, they lost another. He said those things came in twos. We said, we ain't going to happen again. It ain't going to happen again. And I'll be damned if we didn't go back out there the next week and do the same damn shit over again. And then we got it right. I hope that doesn't have to happen, but I can't get that out of my head. It's eating at me.
Well, you know what? Here's the funny thing. I'll talk to my guy BJ Nixon. He says he's scared about this game. He has a funny feeling. And see, here I am trying to talk myself here, and this is the honest guy.
I know. I didn't want to say it.
Listen, hold on. This is on God. I've been like, yeah, we're gonna whoop Atlanta. Then further in the week, nobody had to say nothing. I'm like, man, this feels weird, dog. This is, we should whoop these dudes, but why is it starting to feel weird now, dog? Why is it feeling weird during the week now, dog? Then I have a show with BJ, and he's like, man, I'm scared of these guys. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you scared? I'm messing with them. But in my heart, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm feeling these kind of same thing. I'm like, but no, we're going to beat them. I'm trying to just talk myself into it. And I'm not saying we're going to lose. It's just a weird feeling about these Falcons because they not good. And it just feels weird because they not good. that's why it feels
2017
weird. I don't
comeback
know
in the last
why
2
this
years.
game feel weird.
There's so
We should
much.
whip their
There's so
ass.
much.
They ain't got nothing going for them. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to do nothing the rest of the year. They're not a good team, but it just feels weird. And that's why I'm like, man, I want to be watching this first quarter, dog. I'm going to be watching the first quarter. It's going to tell me a lot, in my opinion.
I mean, let's talk about how weird football is. The Jets have beat the number 1 seed in the AFC 2, if not 3 times this year. Football's weird, man. Hey, and that 9.5, that's what's really got me scared. That 9.5,
yeah,
that 9.5 is.
And okay, that's what
here's what happens. Either we don't cover that, don't even come close to covering that.
They're not going to cut. They're not going to cover the spread.
Or they double it. They're not going to cover it by 2 points. If they cover it, they're going to cover it by 8.
But it feels weird as hell.
We're talking an 18-point win. That's what I'm saying. If they're not just going to win by 10. No. You're either going to win by 3 and a quarter. You're going to win by 3 or 2, or maybe even not win. Or you're gonna come out there and just drag these some bitches up down the damn field for 60
But does
minutes.
it feel like this? Does it feel like that's gonna happen? Do you have that? We felt like this early in the year.
I know Dak's pissed off.
We know they're pissed off, but do you have the feeling we're gonna come out there and just do it?
I know that that team meeting was not fun this week. Quarter QB1 stood up and owned his bullshit. And then, people came in a couple minutes late to the meeting, and some people got called up on the carpet. Some people got put in church this week. So, that 2-point conversion that was useless, that could have got Dak hurt, that meant nothing. The coach didn't call that. Bones didn't send that in. Kellen Moore didn't send that in. Ain't nobody sent that in. Dak did that because that's how fucking pissed that dude was. And didn't want to go home with a shitty note.
Well, you know what? I'm hoping, because I know, like, I was listening to a comment in here from Marcus Goolsby saying this game is kind of scary because they don't got nothing to lose and they suck, and we know it, and we all know that you're going to get your best game when you play the Cowboys, especially right now, especially after they just lost.
I worry about these games.
I don't like these games.
They always hurt our best players. Going all the way back, as long as I've been a Cowboys fan.
Well, don't be talking about it. Blah, shish. I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I don't want to hear none of that stuff right now. Just shish. I don't want to hear that. But, Mike, what was I up to say? See, you made me threw me all off saying that crazy stuff. But, see, you don't mess my brain up. Nope, I know. Right. I want you just to be quiet. You don't talk about the... You know what I'm saying?
I'm not controlling my mouth. I just have it installed in my head. It just exists.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's an NFC game too. I don't want to lose no NFC game. That would be 2 losses in the NFC.
I'm fine with that AFC loss, whatever. Go on.
I don't care about an AFC loss, but I do not want an NFC loss. Especially to a bad team. Those losses come back to haunt you later on in the year.
It ain't so much a loss. I can really remotely, I say this and I'm smiling when I say it. I can handle the loss. I can't handle the shit we're going to have to deal with until the next game.
It's going to be hella shit.
That's
what we all don't want to hear, because that's what we know. The first thing we're gonna hear. See,
I knew y'all was fake.
I knew y'all was fake. See, y'all always do this, and then y'all always fluke and fail. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. Yep. They're gonna love it. That's why we all. Hey, that's why all of us right now, like, please, Cowboys, beat these dudes, because we gonna. Oh my God! I
don't care if you go to quadruple overtime and win by half a point.
I go over the 75th overtimes, please. I don't care if you win. Please beat Atlanta. Please, we go here. Please, I don't want to hear this noise. Please. Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. ESPN, all of them. Every network is,
and especially like say they lose and Dak doesn't have Dak,
and it's a 1 o'clock game. And if Dak plays bad again,
open the roof. I want to open the freaking roof. You know how hard it is to
oh
get up.
man,
You know how hard it is to get up for a damn noon game. I mean,
yeah, I know it is.
And you walk into that stadium, and it feels like you're walking into concrete mall
Yep.
or the mall, some shit like that. And you see art everywhere, and it's 68 degrees, and your damn hips tight, and your elbows tight, and your shoulders tight. No, man, get out there in that field, open up that sun, let that sun hit you, get that UV in there, get that blood going, get out there, rub that knuckle on the chest, get some blood pumping, get some sweat going. Don't be playing football on no damn mall. Not at noon. Not at noon. You can do that shit in prime time.
Get that air, yeah. Get that air flowing. Get that air flowing. You don't feel tight.
Because that's what happens on these 3 o'clock and late time games, especially when these dudes are home. Man, they go outside, they go ride a bike, they get out, and they get moving, and they get that air in them. You got to do that at damn like 5 o'clock in the morning for the noon game, because you got to be up there by 9 at the latest to start getting shit rolling. So, I mean, you walk in there, you get on the trainer's table, and that some bitch is cold. You feel like you're at the OR, and they get that cold ass ice on you. Then they poke you and hit you with needles and give you cortisone. And you walk out in that cold ass field, out the cold ass locker room. Nah, get the sun open. That's my rant about the sun. We need the sun.
All I know is all eyes will be watching this Cowboys game. All eyes will be watching.
I don't know what game is at night. I don't care. This game will beat it in the ratings. I guarantee.
This game's gonna be there. Everybody's watching this Cowboys game because everybody wants to see. Oh, these Cowboys real.
You got AJ Terrell versus CeeDee Lamb. You got Kyle Pitts, Trayvon Diggs. You have the whole. There's pretty storylines. You got Matt Ryan. You got the Dak bounce back. You got
Dan Quinn with his old team. All that.
KZ said he got kicked out of rehab. Like, I mean, there's quite a bit of storylines behind this game, man.
Well, you know what? We about to see. That's all I can say. We about to see, Mike.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Sure. I mean, I don't have to figure out. Open the roof chant. We got to get a banner, a blimp. We got to get something. We got to get that damn roof open. We got to get these boys some sun.
And that crowd got to stay into it too, because I've been at them games and the crowd does get quiet.
Well, the fucking ushers tell you to be quiet, dude, because you're interrupting the business meetings. Okay, like I've been to them. Like I don't go to those games anymore. I have tickets whenever I want from several different people. I don't go to the games. It's not fun.
Well, when I went to the games, you know what I'm saying? When I went there and I was right there in the Miller Lite section, it get quiet down there, dog. Yeah. It get real quiet. I don't like
in the Miller Lite section, you can't see a damn thing. You're looking at
you can't because you're looking up top. You really just gotta if you're down in the Miller Lite spot, you really just gotta watch the jumbotron because you can't watch the damn field.
We had one of my buddies' company helped build the stadium. They got tickets on the 50-yard line, second row, and then they got a press box, and I got some other tickets on the other end zone. Got some tickets on the 20. I've said all of them. The traffic, the price, the crowd, I just rather watch it at the damn house, man. That stadium, in my opinion, is the worst thing to ever happen to the Dallas Cowboys. Without it, well, no, I mean maybe Rowdy, then the stadium. Oh yeah. Look at it. Look at the ass cracks out there. Enjoy that Miller Lite section with the. Hopefully that man got a juicy one in front of you.
That's funny. Yeah, that's. But we all knew. When we saw Texas Stadium go down and we knew Jerry World was coming. We knew it was coming.
Then you got the drafts it ruined. But that's I'm not going back on that. I'm not going. That's 2008, 9, 10, 11.
I think Magic says, and I agree. I feel like Dallas definitely does play better on the road. I don't know what the road history is, but I feel like Dallas does play better on the road because they don't got to worry about that.
Travel and the stadium's a destination.
Yep.
Like it sounds weird, but our away games are our home games.
Yep, because we travel so good. And there's already fans, and there's already fans there in that area anyway. deep fans.
You're in
You go
Minnesota.
to Cali, you're in Cowboy country. You go to Cali,
Yeah.
you're in Cowboy country.
We're in Minnesota, dude. We're 60,000 deep, going cool.
Yeah,
like
that was crazy.
I mean,
That was crazy when I heard that. I was like, damn.
That's how to quote Marcellus Wallace. You can go to motherfucking Indochina. There'll be a motherfucker hiding in a bowl of rice talking about "Go Cowboys."
Yeah,
you know. So
straight up.
there is. That's how we roll. That's just, and it's the good and the bad thing about the team because they're constantly overhyped. And now this stadium, like I was at the last Cowboys game. It's not the last one I've been to, but it's most painful. And it's 2015 Patriots game with freaking Greg Hardy.
With Greg Hardy.
In that stadium, dude, I swear, because it's the first time the Patriots have been to Jerry World. Mm-hmm. I swear that stadium was 75 to 80% on the low end Patriots fans. On the low end. To the point where, well, I mean, we all know how brutal and obnoxious those dudes are. They was feeling bad for us. They was buying us beers. Come out, buy you a beer. Like your team's garbage. Like, thanks, man.
And you know what? They really like to come there and rub it in.
It's a quote from Pulp Fiction. Calm down. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's and it's Eli Manning. Those guys, they really love to beat them and really yuck it up. So I don't know, man. All I know is this: beat Atlanta, please. That's all I'm saying. Please beat Atlanta. That's just my beat them. I'm gonna just keep trying to pump myself up, saying they're gonna beat them. Because I don't want to listen to any news, no nothing for the whole week. Don't want to turn on the TV. This is a week. I could deal with it with the Broncos because
the other quarterbacks have a bounce back. These other quarterbacks have a bounce back. The Cowboys
and Dak don't.
I'm gonna go lay down in the woods. I'm gonna go lay down in the woods, and I'll catch y'all.
Turn
next
your
Sunday.
TV off. Cancel your subscriptions for the week. Do not. If you're a Cowboys fan, do not turn the TV on. You ain't gonna like it. You're just gonna kill yourself.
I'm gonna throw the router in the pond.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be good, folks. So Cowboys gotta win this. This is a must-win game, in my opinion. Mentally, I think not must win. I'm gonna say it like that. But what I'm saying is,
it's a must win. I mean, it is. You know it is. You know it is. Hey,
it's a must-win game, y'all. If we talking about the real Cowboys,
it's an NFC opponent who,
and you're better than them.
On them. If they win this game, they are automatically back in the playoff hunt.
Right.
Bam. Right. Bam.
And right, this drops you down because you lost two NFC games.
And look at their division. So
and you still got to play the Saints.
That's
in New Orleans.
But I ain't worried about who's their, do they even have?
I ain't talking about, bro. It ain't about that. It's about that's a rival to them.
I mean,
they hate Dallas,
we do love losing to backup quarterbacks. So yeah.
And it's in New Orleans, bro. Like I said, it's just they got to beat these Falcons, dog. This is a must-win game, in my opinion. They got to beat these Falcons because this is not a good team. This is an NFC game. You're at home. You got to win this game.
Not just beat them. You gotta
whoop their ass.
The stuff that's supposed to work right with your team needs to work right. We know the offensive line is going to be sketch, and there's probably going to be.
And we know the defensive line, but so what?
Yeah,
you're still better than
that's
them.
What I'm saying. You're supposed to put a game together to,
Yeah. So it is what it is, man. But hey, we both gonna get out of here because I'm getting out of here too. I got to do a few things, man, and watch some more film. You feel me?
Steal somebody's money at pool.
So,
earn it completely legally, or
steal it.
Yeah, but I stole it because he was the idiot that played me. So
right, shouldn't have bet it. But man, hey, I had a great time. Another great show. Burgers and Blitzes. You know how we do. A lot of good info, a lot of good talking, a lot of good feelings, a lot of true feelings of what y'all probably Cowboys feeling probably the same thing we feeling. You know what I mean? So, hey, let's just get this W. Let's whip this booty tail, whatever we got to do, get this game and move on and on to the next and get this behind us so you don't got to deal with this crazy drama that could happen if a loss comes about. But we're not going to talk about loss. We're going to talk about wins, W's, and they're going to be 7-2 and marching on to the next game. So we're going to head just out like this. I'm going to just turn it all the way off. So from myself, Mike White, Burgers and Blitzes, Big Game James, we out. We'll be talking to you soon. Peace.
Hey, if you wake up on your bullshit, give me a holler Sunday morning. We'll run a pregame.
Hey, we can do it.
All right, cool. I'll let him.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate y'all.